That might be
It's a sandbox. It's a soapbox. It's fanbox.
That's right. It's episode 26 of Tardis Talks. We are talking about the Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit. And I want to say action-packed, but we'll just get into it later on. Joining me today is a guest. We've never had him on the show, at least not 7 episodes. Johnny, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
It's not 7 episodes that I've missed. It's just 7 episodes of Doctor Who that I missed.
Close enough. Go ahead. Tell us where we can find you.
Y'all can find me at Marvelous Johnny on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Definitely follow my Instagram for this weekend. I'll be at Fan Expo Canada. If any of y'all are there, please feel free to come and say hi.
All right. Will, we don't normally get you to do all this because you come in a little bit later on, but go ahead and tell us where we can find you.
Instead of being the drama queen showing up late. Hi, everybody. My name is That Will Wilkins on all social medias. That's That Will Wilkins, 2 L's in Will, 1 in Ilkins. I don't know what's going on.
And of course, David, go ahead. Tell us where we can find you.
Xanatos 1138 on all socials. That's with an X, not like Xanax, but people often confuse that.
He's calming. That's just how it is. But regardless, also don't be sure not to find him on Twitch. He's given up on giving that announcement, but that's perfectly fine. I'm Mr. Marvelite anywhere you can find me. If you can find me, good luck. But we're on itsfanbox, itsfanbox.com, fanboxnetworks.com, or you can just find us on all podcasts because eventually these do get to podcast form. And yeah, that's pretty much
Wait. Hold on. Flag on the play. Why do you say eventually?
Because the last couple of weeks I've been a little bit sidetracked with my new job. And so I've been finding out like I'm a week behind on the schedule. And this last week I was 2 weeks behind. And I realized like I posted one last night and then there's another one posting today. So,
I mean, if it'll make you feel any better, Tony, there are times when I record my own podcast and then like 4 or 5 days later, I'm like, oh crap. Yeah. I forgot about that. So right there with you.
I also love the fact that I get Netheads invites for podcasts that don't happen. So,
I mean, consistency is key, my friend. That's the magic that I'm praying for.
People. Listen, the plan.
You know what? Look, man, new heights. It's all new heights now. And Taylor, I don't know why any other podcasts exist this week. If anybody dropped like there's going to be some random fan cast, right, that ended up getting George Lucas this week, and nobody knows.
I got an invite weeks ago to the Real Arena for like movie trivia, and I see that Peyton's on it. I said, nope, I'm good. Peyton's going to win that every time.
That's the thing,
he must be stopped. Listen, Real Study runs the Real Arena and everything else, but if you're a movie buff, and someone needs to dethrone Peyton like immediately. We're 6 episodes in, and he reigns champion. So the Real Study does a game show, a movie game show called The Real Arena, and it's really well done. It's like, where is the scene from? What is this audio from? Here's the sound. What is it like?
You need to be a real Ken Jennings of the movie world in order to.
If you guys were to do that with the MCU, I can easily do that.
That's it. If it was Star Wars themed or something, I'm all in. But movies in general, I suck. I can't.
You know what? And the funniest thing is that Johnny, I would think the same thing, but then there was a point where Tony was giving us an MCU quiz, and I was just an absolute idiot during it. So,
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we should try that for its fan box and see
there you go.
Do well.
Yeah. But go on, listen, go to Fanbox Network or go to itsfanbox.com. You can actually see the Real Arenas posted there. They're really fun. I was part of the pilots, trying to get the kinks out of the episode. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I would laugh because for the most part, if it wasn't for the second time I did it with them, that some of the answers were repeated. So I acted like I didn't know them, but then I answered them because I found out the answers from the first time. I would have completely sucked. So,
oh no, I can't look. I know I have a standing invitation, and I cannot wait to see how negative of a score I can accumulate.
So what I'm hearing is I should watch it and then try to participate. Got it.
Yep.
There you go.
But I did get a sonic screwdriver this week, which I am thoroughly obsessed with. My son keeps stealing it, so
what I'm hearing is you need to get him his own.
We're in the process. We were on our way to somewhere nearby for an 11th Doctor screwdriver, and while we were like, "Hey, I'm on the way. Send me your address." They're like, "Oh, we can't find it." So I've got 2 bids in right now with people on Facebook Marketplace that if they're willing to ship it, I'll buy them.
I mean, don't forget, I do have a shooty sonic screwdriver just waiting for you.
Yes.
Whatever the hell the border situation clears up.
Yes. Or the next time you're in like San Diego, you could have shipped it.
You know, seriously, if you don't mind one that doesn't necessarily always close, I'll just send you one.
What do you mean?
I've got one.
Necessarily close? What did you
actually,
do
you know what else I have from 11 that I really need to dig out somewhere? One year for Christmas, I got the 11. There was a company for a while that was doing motion-based remote controls, right?
Oh, yeah,
and
like
their big one, like the Harry Potter one.
Yeah.
I know.
And one of them,
about that one.
11's 11 sonic screwdriver they did it for, and I have it, and it is I mean, when you hold the plastic one in your hand, you're like, hey, I'm the doctor. You put this thing in your hand, I'm like, that's got some heft to
metal.
it. Yeah, it is.
I've seen that.
Indeed.
How's the springs around the head? Because I know over time the springs loosen, so it's slightly opened.
The reason why I have one that just won't stay closed is because that's the one that I bought to let my daughter play with, so she wouldn't mess with mine. But mine are just fine because they haven't been overworked. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Are the batteries in here alive? Probably not. Oh, I'll be damned.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. That's the way you do it. This is before they were getting really. Actually, let's see. 1, 2.
Ooh.
Pretty sure
if you
this.
Oh, it does do it. It does multiple different ones, just like the others. Sorry.
But is that the 11th Doctor sonic screwdriver where it doesn't open where it doesn't trigger when it's fully open?
That's why they have this clever little thing down here.
The button at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I had that one. I got rid of it because I got the 12th Doctor one that works when it's opened as well.
The door doesn't. The door doesn't always stay shut.
That thing needs some button cover Viagra or something. I don't know.
And this, I don't remember how I got this one. But this one doesn't have a button. It'll light up when you use it. But I think it died because of that, because it's not lighting up now.
The favorite one that I have, though, to drive people nuts when the batteries are in it, this one needs to be swapped out, is the War Doctors. I do love because it just cycles through 5 sounds. So you can just sit here and go, and just annoy the piss out of everybody. It's amazing.
How is it again? What does it do, Will?
You heard me. There you go. See?
We're just adults playing with toys.
This is what it's become.
They're just technological magic wands.
You know, the great news is, guys, this is just a 10 to 15 year review of what Ryan's world will be like.
You're not wrong.
Sorry. Look, I can make dated internet references. I am the perfect Gen Xer on this show.
I keep them in a Guardians of the Galaxy cup.
That's fitting.
Nice. I just keep them displayed in front of my Doctor Who Blu-rays.
I'm just happy to have mine wherever I put it because it's all I got right now. So
just stop playing with it. You'll go blind.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway,
we're discussing.
Hey, 9 minutes in? Impossible Planet. Let's just
more like Impossible Rewatch.
First time.
Oh, you are so freaking high. You're still hopped up on COVID or something. This was 2 episodes. Tony, I know you're going to go into it. You're going to summarize it and everything else, but I just got to go into this, man. Freaking 2 long ass episodes of exposition. Pretty much, if they weren't running from an ood, exposition. Exposition. These episodes talked me to death.
Yes, there's a lot of talking, but I think that within it, there's also a lot of character for certain parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to mention some things that I often view as problematic now. In this modern day and age, the frequent use that Joss Whedon would do, where always some hero is having either falling on top of a hot woman or a hot woman's falling on top of them in that awkward kind of face to face. We're not having sex, but suddenly looking at each other.
Face
thing.
on chest.
Yeah, so I'm very hyper aware of this. And Matt Jones, I got to look up when I'm not talking. I got to look up what this guy's other episodes are, because I swear if it's every episode that I hate, I'll at least know why. But in this episode, the next episode that we'll talk about, there's the scene where they're crawling around and it's like, not your best side. And then the other guy's like, mine's not so bad, which means that Matt Jones sat down and wrote, I'm going to have him crawling through here. And that means Billy Piper's ass is going to be in somebody's face. So I want to make sure I capitalize on this.
They give you like a wide shot of her backside too.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
And it's
but anyway,
devil complimenting her
we're
ass.
still talking 2006 though. I mean, think back at this day and time. Like that was
before
very
Chibnall
common.
went woke.
Man. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to explode, but considering I just watched them, you're like getting, well, I should say just watched them. The second one I had to rewatch twice. There's so much talking and so much non-action. I fell asleep the first viewing and I had to wake up and watch it again.
Wow, Will, like this is a pretty scathing review, I would say.
Dude, these are I tried to not come in with the predisposition. I tried to set aside what my first impressions were, because as I've said, we're in this era now where I should have really been putting more respect on 10th's name. You know what I mean? Because I was always multitasking while trying to power through to get through all of the run up to our good friend Matt Smith. So
if it helps,
yeah,
very quickly, he doesn't do any other Doctor Who episodes. Only other thing Matt Jones wrote was an episode of Torchwood.
Okay,
well,
you know what? Yeah, that good. The nice thing is, guys, sometimes the system works.
Which episode was it, Johnny, of Torchwood?
Dead Man Walking. It's the one that actually has Martha Jones in it.
Oh, all right. I was going to guess the Cyberwoman because that's very male gaze, but anyway.
No, definitely not the Cyberwoman episode. It's the one where what's-his-face from Pacific Rim has like demonic demon eyes for a moment.
Well, it's nice to know sometimes the system works.
Yeah.
And it works problems out for itself.
I'll be honest with you. This was an episode I didn't really want to review again. I like going through it. I've seen it a couple of times just because of rewatches. Anytime you've got like religious like influence and stuff, it's just like it's like, okay, Joy to the World didn't bother me as much. This one definitely
I don't like Joy to the World.
See, I liked the first half better than the second half, because the first half you at least have, this anomaly, this space station, this black hole like that. I love space shenanigans like this for Doctor Who, and the mystery of like, why is that like that? Why aren't we getting sucked into the black hole? And then I am not a religious person by any shape of the imagination at all. Maybe spiritual is like as far as I'll go. So the second half to have literally Satan staring at the 10th Doctor
in the name,
in
the name,
but like not even just the idea, but the literal devil staring at the 10th Doctor. I'm like, all right, that's on the nose, and I hate it.
But just remember,
an alien influenced what became the devil.
Yes, much in the same way.
Religion, which, as the piece of shit atheist as I am, I kind of dug.
Yeah, I mean, it really kind of harkens back to the entirety of the Doctor, like being known as this and that throughout the universe. It's like, did the Doctor take the name because of who doctors are, or do doctors take the name because of who the Doctor is? Or in other places, he's known as a fierce warrior. So the thing influences the mythos. And so that's what I took from it, is that this, once again, is something that then translates throughout the universe.
Yeah, but the
after
whole
it has been trapped.
possessions and the markings,
I
I was just
will,
like, eh.
yeah, I will say the second rewatch, I did hate it less because of it, because it was just the idea and like all of that meshed together. But like you really, I don't think that they had to go as far as literally showing a horned alien demon, whatever the hell that was.
I dug it. I remember not liking it back in the day when I watched it back in high school, but now that I know it's coming, I'm just like, this is fine.
Well, it does look. The episode does
the giant spider queen thing.
It does bring certain things to the table. Okay, it does bring us. It introduces the Ood.
Mhm.
You know, the one of the costumes they will overuse so much in the series, and it's the first instance of Oods that the Doctor failed to save. You know, so that'll be a big
And, like,
payoff when we get to
we know
Doctor's
they
wife.
have
I'll
the
be like,
horn
remember when?
things.
The concept of the Ood was awesome, but like also the amount of red shirts in this episode of just like, I have an
Yes.
automatic weapon. There's an alien clearly hostile with an orb coming at me.
That can shock me to death.
I'm
and
just going to
throw it at my
wait
face.
here, aim, and then it's just going to levitate the ball like at me at my forehead. And
By the way, I hated every single shot of them using firearms because it looks like they held the camera still and they just had the actors go.
No, even worse. Like on my side with my viewing source. Yo. You know, to me, it looked like they were doing that, but then they also added just an entire jitter effect to the frame as well. So it all kind of got, every time they were shooting, it got messy.
It's like,
it looked so bad. It actually looked bad.
There were about.
It's like I went to the camera just, even with the earthquake, it did not look good.
Johnny just had the exact same effect. So I guess they were just shaking a webcam for those shots.
There was also about 4 times they had a sound effect that sounded like a screeching metal door. The exact same sound effect was used in Doom 2.
Nice. Like back in the day when it's all boxes. Nice.
Someone's online. I need a sound for this. You know.
We just need a Wilhelm. I'm surprised we haven't heard a Wilhelm scream, but I guess that's more of a U.S. oriented tinker.
I mean, I guess we'll get there.
Anyway, Tony,
I like the Ood. I like the Ood. I like the introduction. I don't know. Beyond that, I could care less. It was one of those episodes where I wasn't compelled to be like, oh, I should go back and watch that. You know, Age of Steel and what was it, The Rise of the Cybermen? That was a good. I can go back and watch that over and over again. This no.
I should rewatch those.
Go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
This was one of those episodes where I had this moment of, I know that guy. The captain played the airship pilot in The Mummy 2.
Oh, there are lots of familiar faces in this one. I mean like
we have an actress from The Witcher too.
Yeah. So
I forget her name. I think her last name ends with like Bernie or something like that. Very attractive.
Yes,
but you can also tell like by the amount of lines they're given, which by the way, same exact thing. If you see the new Jurassic World Rebirth, which I
saw it.
Thank you, because I don't understand. I don't know why it's called Rebirth when it's like it starts off with all of the dinos are dying. It's like, okay, whatever, guys. But in that, there are ancillary characters who barely get an introduction and are just in the background chatter, and you're like, oh, they're going to die. Those people will die. And that's what this episode did.
They gave Scarlett Johansson a backstory that it was just like thrown in there, and I was like, are they going to continue with this? I don't know.
No, somebody forgot it somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you listen to Tony and Mai's reaction to Jurassic World Rebirth later on Fandoms at some time, I'm sure.
At some point, whenever Fandoms happens again.
Yeah, so
and at
Tony,
some point we should also do Alien Earth.
Yeah,
I have to watch those episodes.
Dude, it's so good. It is so good. You gotta watch it. I'm so glad I got to see it at San Diego Comic-Con for the first episode. It was so good. When the new show came out, I rewatched the first episode.
Listen, I'm just waiting. Much time to watch TV, so if I'm not watching Doctor Who, to be prepared for this show, and it's not Dan to Dan. I don't know if I have time for it. What? Coming from a guy who's not watched Dan to Dan, just watch it.
I tried putting it on. For some reason, my Crunchyroll account was logged out, and I did not just want to log back in. So
that's how great these episodes of Doctor Who are. And we're still talking about other media.
For those listening and know the anime, I don't barely know the anime, but it's Don to Don. Yeah. That's how you say it.
I know it is. Funny enough, I just vehemently like to anglicize it and go Dan to Dan.
Sure. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I need to watch more.
Same
anime.
way I will say Hunter X Hunter or Spy X Family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever, man.
Off the weebs.
Listen, for whatever reason, that doesn't fire up my OCD, so I could care less.
You're not the weebs who are vehemently watching One Piece every day.
Dude, I'm very cognizant, and I don't ever want to be like, actually. So I just, just throwing it out there.
So we are here for Doctor Who. We should probably talk.
Are we? Are we really?
Anymore?
It's like the gauge of
1 out of 4 liked the episodes. Do we let that guy talk for a little bit? Do you guys want to recap? What do you want to do here, Tony? Because I just want to jab myself in the head with a sonic screwdriver.
I found myself wondering the entire time, is like, how long did it take them to like Sharpie those markings on that guy's face and hands? And did he do all of those scenes at once, or did they have to marker him several times?
I'd be willing to bet they did a
every
stencil.
Single frame of him with the different symbols and see if they're the same throughout, to see if there's actual continuity held over.
They listen, because of their schedule. Because this is not like, we're not talking about breaking like a big budget like scheduling time. They probably filmed all of his parts with the markings in one day.
Yeah.
And they probably just touched it up. That's all they did.
But at the same time, like, did they need to go back for reshoots or anything? Who knows?
Reshoots?
Oh man, but especially when you think about it, like when he gets those markings, so he's in the room, and there's decent set work with that, but then you just know they're like, hey guys, are they done with the airways yet? Because we got to get that just 2-second scene of him with the markings in the eyes going to the Ood, even though he's in command of them and wouldn't need to do that anyway, and then like 2 seconds.
That was just to tell the audience that he's still possessed. That was all that was.
Yeah.
I will say, even though I liked the episode and I only watched it like at 5 hours ago, probably less, if I'm being entirely honest, I cannot recall most of it because, like Will said, it is a lot of exposition.
It's also kind of interesting because, like, we get introduced to the Ood. The Ood basically have no individuality and no appreciation for possession or anything else, and these people look at these living beings as just stock. And you would think in civilization, if they've advanced hundreds if not thousands of years, we wouldn't still keep doing that. But
Tony, look at the breakdown of everybody there and the characteristics of everybody there, right down to the head of security. I'm not saying anything, but you could just see him sitting around the dinner table spouting some controversial comments kind of thing. So I don't think people are exactly advanced. They're still exploratory. Like, out of these 2 episodes, the only 2 things I liked is this is the introduction of the Ood, and then at the end when the doctor says, well, the next time there's some perilous thing, who am I kidding? You're just going to go bumbling into it. That was a good, and I'm paraphrasing, but that was a good line. That was a good observation of the Doctor's interactions with humanity. But the rest of this episode is just like, wow, what are we talking about here, guys? A lot of stuff.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Was there ever any, because again, I didn't go back and watch this episode because I really didn't want to, which tells you where my opinion is on it. Wait a minute.
I thought we had to rewatch these things. You mean I could just work off of memory?
I chose not to rewatch.
That's how I do it sometimes.
So Nico, I know for sure, sometimes works off memory, but he's seen these episodes like 100 times.
Yeah,
that's only me with the Moffat era. I've barely rewatched any of this Russell T Davies and Chibnall eras.
There you go.
Yeah. And I mean, I've got to go back and watch some of the earlier stuff. I didn't realize like the other like actors that have been with the older doctors. But
there's a few details like I didn't remember. Like I didn't remember how he got back to the TARDIS. I knew he did, of course, but I didn't
Oh my
remember.
God! Why
don't
are you
worry.
bringing this up and you want to make my head explode?
Don't worry, David. The writers didn't consider it until they needed a way
No,
out for
he
him.
just fell onto it. Like, oh,
He
there it
just
is.
got.
Wait,
No, it wasn't
wait.
that he just fell onto it. It's literally the planet is going boosh, and we'll throw you into it.
But wait. Okay, hold on. But wait. So, the very beginning, sections 2 through 6 or whatever it is are gone, which means the TARDIS is gone. It has now fallen, right? It's fallen. Now, over here, but they're drilling over here. And they go down, and there's a big pit that's holding this big thing that had a seal over it. Seal that had to open.
It was in the seal.
So here's the thing, it blew him kind of away from the pit, so let's just think of it as I mentioned, it was pit adjacent, so it's just one of those wacky things where it either just kind of fell.
The question of when he went down, did he just overlook the TARDIS being there?
No, I think he got it. I think it was somewhere off to the side because it kind of, they made a point in the very beginning that the TARDIS was distressed being here. Because the only other logical explanation is somehow the TARDIS said, "Oh, the Doctor needs me," and it put itself there. Look, it is. I mean, I never say it right. Okay. The thing where we say God in the machine, I never say the words right. Deus Machina. I bet you. I think I finally got it right there.
I think you did. It's Deus Ex Machina.
This is the primest example of the God in the machine. It's just like, oh, my way out is here. Also, I will say though that this at least makes the believability of the fall that he has in the end of time a little easier to take on the palate when Whitaker falls from the sky into a train.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's like, okay, I guess this makes it. The guy can just really handle a fall. Some other weird stuff kills him. Falls, not so much. How far did he? I don't know. Miles and miles.
Oh, and this has been a show of people who actually do definitely like Doctor Who.
I think he said that like he can survive up to a 30-foot fall, and we just never confirm whether or not it was 30 feet. All he says is that there was like an air current or an air pocket that helped him from falling to his death or something like that.
Yeah, well, and I was gonna say, okay, there is one thing, because there is air down there, which means air will provide resistance. So it could have been many things. It's just one of the many reasons why this episode insults my goddamn intelligence.
So there's
That's all
like
I'm saying.
Black hole outside, so maybe gravity was a little bit different.
You mean gravity?
Possibly. And
gravity.
And like David. By the way, did anyone cringe a little bit in the end when he's all gravity schmavity? I'm like, look, don't mess around, guys, because
joke's on you. You're gonna fuck it up for the rest of us in a few years.
I blame Donna.
You know what? That's a fair one. Yeah.
The Dr. Donna.
The Dr. Donna. Yeah.
Yeah, these would never be on my must watch list of episodes. Cause like in the long run, other than a lot of people getting killed, what did we accomplish here? Really, it was just the Doctor coming in and saving some people. By the way,
there's a bunch of religious people that probably clutch their pearls going, oh no, he talked.
The total number of people the Doctor saved in this episode. What did he start with? 8? What did we come away with?
There were like
2
3 security guards at least, I know for a fact.
I mean,
which all 3 died.
I don't think it was much of a win, is all I'm saying.
Well, let's just face it. The Doctor never has concern about people dying. And it's even when we get to the waters of Mars, like he's just like, oh, I gotta go. I need a dip. I just realized what day this is. I gotta get out of here, guys.
The only time the Doctor ever cares about people dying is during the Moffat era. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it kind of comes down to that thing though, where you live hundreds and hundreds of years. You've really probably figured out a way to compartmentalize your grief.
Yeah,
because you're going to go through a lot.
It's only till Donna really pushes during Pompeii. That's basically it.
True.
Fair enough.
11 forgets a death toll on Gallifrey, but 10 is aghast that he forgot the number.
I don't think he actually forgot, if I'm being honest.
No,
I don't either. Because I think 11 was the most notorious liar of them all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he even lies to 10 himself after they leave.
Yep.
I'm saying.
These episodes were crap. I'm sorry they existed. I can't believe I stuck with this after going through the Idiot's Lantern and then this.
You didn't like Idiot's Lantern either?
I didn't like it.
Guys, did I like Idiot's Lantern last week?
No.
I did not.
Apparently.
I did not.
I hated that chase scene they had up the cell tower.
Dude,
tower.
No. The whole thing was Little Shop of Horrors. The moment I realized it was Little Shop of Horrors, I was just utterly aghast.
Never seen Little Shops of Horror.
Oh, you didn't even get the name right. You know, it's funny you mentioned that. As I was coming in here, the TV was on the default Amazon Prime screen, right? And I saw that Madden 26 was coming out. Madden 26. And I'm like, how many people that play Madden right now even know who Madden was?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Johnny, do you know?
I'm not a sports guy.
Okay, bad example. I know, not exactly the right room to be pitching this one in, but still. Do you know who John Madden was?
I can Google him.
He's Googling.
I'm assuming.
David, do you know who John Madden was?
Yes.
Tony, do you know who John Madden was?
Oh, Brett Favre. Well, gotta love Brett Favre. You know, yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
I'm 27. They're at 26.
See, guys.
Just to put that into perspective.
Now, let me play the fun game I like to play, where I'm talking to everyone younger on the call. Okay, is anyone in the room familiar with the comedy duo Abbott and Costello?
Mm-hmm.
I know Penn and Teller.
Okay,
who's on first?
Another barrier we've hit there, guys.
Johnny, just to put it in perspective, it didn't start at 2000. There was Madden 95 and other stuff for older systems.
Oh God, so Madden's older than me.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
Even better. Oh,
right. And I can't believe we got into sports on our Doctor Who podcast.
That's how good these episodes were.
We officially jumped the shark, guys. This was it. Somebody get John Hine on the phone and have him add us to the list.
Okay, so we did not do our scoring for Idiot's Lantern, so this would be a good time for us all to do.
Nor did you guys do one for School Reunion, The Girl in the Fireplace, Rise of Cybermen / Age of Steel.
Oh my gosh.
I swore we did those.
Well, I wasn't here for them.
I don't have it saved for School Reunion.
Did you watch the episodes?
School Reunion?
I did, yeah. I did. Just because I don't show up doesn't mean I don't do the homework.
This is just Will's excuse to watch Doctor Who. He'll take.
No, there've been quite a few. Dude, there've been quite a few times. You guys, and now the audience is saying, "Why are we hearing this idiot say this twice in a row?" But sorry, one co-host wasn't here last week. And somebody just briefed Nico on this for gosh sake, so we don't have to tell it to him too. But unfortunately, I have a very bad habit or a very good tradition on Sundays, depending on the way you look at it, where I'm always woken up around 7:30 because my eldest daughter shows up from her boyfriend's house at that time. So that causes chaos in the house, and she never puts the dogs out. So I've got to get up and put the dogs out. Then I will invariably at some point go back to sleep. And there have been at least 2 occasions where it's been like I have woken up at 11:06 and go, oh, damn. And I will still have pillow marks and everything on my face. And I'm like, well, I know what I'm not doing right now. But I watched the episodes. Well, if we're going to, let's go into scoring, man, because I missed those.
Do we want to go all the way back to School Reunion?
Yes, because that one is a 9.9. Okay. Everything emotional about that episode makes up for everything. See, there's me one morning. He's like, you joining? And that's what I sent him.
It's like a version of You Up.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But yeah, everything within School Reunion, for the lack of a really good motivational story, everything else made up for it. It was wonderful. And I didn't even know who Martha Jones was when I got to this point in my life.
So I don't remember what I said during the episode. So if you guys go back and like fact check me, I don't know if I'm going to go to school reunion. I'm going to give it, off of my opinion of this episode, I'll give it an 8.5.
To put it into contrast.
Yeah.
And how about you?
You who? Me?
David?
You who else?
The other two voices gave their score, David. Who do you think he's talking to?
Just because you look like the older version of the kid who blew the school up. Come on, man.
8. 8 sounds good for that.
8? Yeah, no, I give it like a 9, personally, when it comes to school reunion. Okay, Girl in the Fireplace. Did Tony change his mind on it? That is what I'm curious about.
Well...
That was with Madame de Pompadour, or whatever the hell that French lady's name is.
Thinking back on it, I think sitting with it after another watch, I would say 9.
Thank you.
What was it before?
Oh, wait, that was mine. Whoops, there we go. Now it's Tony's. Tony's got
What was my previous score?
I wasn't here for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That one again, I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Okay.
Because it had what is the new term we learned because of the Fantastic Four movie? Retrofuturistic. Retrofuturistic.
It felt more steampunk to me, but
yeah, it's more, which I believe is we refer to as Orwellian. No.
I think so.
Something else.
Somewhat correct.
Nah, it's probably another term that people prefer to use for it. But yeah, it's I liked that approach to it. I like the absolute insanity of what the ship is doing to continue living. And it's naturally it was a Moffat episode, so timey-wimey.
Is that a Moffat episode? Oh, well,
oh yes, it's a Moffat. Believe me, sir, I can drop testimony on which ones are the Moffat episodes.
Fair enough.
There was a reason I was excited for 11 by the time I got through this. Because, every time I would do skip intro, it lands on the episode title and who wrote it.
Fair. It's not doing that on my Blu-rays now, so. David.
Girl in the Fireplace, 10.
10.
Yeah,
I'm
baby.
also at a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to rank these next two because I have not watched them in a while.
Okay.
Like you guys, Rise of the Cybermen and Age of Steel.
I would say 9s for both of them. I like them both.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with as a whole, I would give them both an 8, and it's only because I almost always am going to undercut even a good 2-parter during the Russell T Davies era because once again the Deus Ex Machina of it all. It's always going to come back into the second episode, instant resolution, back onto the next problem.
Yeah.
Which it was. It's like, oh, they're surrounded. What are they going to do? Hey, that important crystal that I need to get out of here, I'm going to use some of its energy. Wah! Problem solved.
Okay.
Let's move on.
It's Lantern, Tony.
Mm-hmm. Feed
5.
me, Seymour.
5? Okay.
A 5.
Well.
4.
David?
All right, so I don't like rating stuff to begin with, and I'm just going to preface this with I feel like anything that I watch that I consider lower than a 7, I'm never going to watch again. So like any Doctor Who, the worst Doctor Who episode is probably still going to be a 7. So 7, just call it 7.
I give it a 7.
6, 7.
I found it to be fine. I enjoy it. I like that Rose wasn't vehemently incompetent that episode, so.
She gets better. That's character growth, I guess.
She was much better in Idiot's Lantern and Impossible Planet as well as Satan's Pit. So I'm curious to see if that's going to come into play between Rise of Cybermen and Age of Steel as well, because I remember her not being useful in School Reunion or Girl in the Fireplace.
She was serving chips. That was like most of her role.
Yeah. And getting into it with Sarah Jane.
And then she didn't take a sample when she could have, and the doctor had to tell her to. So that was like, growing pains.
Okay. Now this
well, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but one of the good things from these 2 episodes, the Impossible Planet, and the Satan Pit or Satan's Pit or Armpit or whatever the only good thing is there is that scene where Rose has that moment as the companion where she's just like instantly, what would the doctor do here? And she starts spitting facts at everybody on what they need to focus on doing.
You know,
yeah,
that's which I dug about Rose this episode. Honestly, I think part of the reason why I like Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit so much is because, at least since I've skipped a few episodes since, we have seen Rose be vehemently either useless, in my opinion, cause the problem, or just be flat right intolerable, in my opinion. So I think to have that change with Idiot's Lantern and these two episodes, I'm like, finally we're getting some slightly less Doctor. Not saying I want less Doctor. I love the Doctor. But it is the dynamic between the Doctor and the companion that truly matters to me in this show. Which is probably why I love 12 so much. Because Clara is just very capable in that era. So
yeah.
Class, get out your phones.
Yeah,
do a search. Why have the plane stopped?
Clara is very useful until Rigsy gets her killed.
Shut up. It is not Rigsy's fault. It is
it's
100%
Rigsy's
bitch
fault
from Game of Thrones. I'm forgetting her name. Macy Williams. There we go.
Me. It's me. And the only reason I remember that character's name is because of the brilliant writing of 12 and Clara being in the TARDIS, hearing a knock at the door, and then the doctor, she says, who could that be? And he says, me. And just the absolute double meaning of it, like that finally made that dumb name pay off. You know what I mean?
I hate that character. Well written. Don't get me wrong. Well written. Still hate the character.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
all right, we score an Impossible Planet.
Yes. Tony, you want to start it off?
6.
6? Okay. David's probably going to hit us with a 7. I can tell.
No, you know what? Only because I like this one better than the second half. First half gets an 8, second half gets a 7.
Okay. Just to fuck with me. Fine. Wait, Tony, you want to give us the rating for Satan's Pit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. 5.
Well,
I'm going to give the first part a 5.
Okay.
Because it at least did have some of the cool science fiction stuff with this impossible planet on the lip of a black hole that's not moving. I'm going to give the second part a 2 because of how many things broke my brain in that episode. Because if they aren't running from the Ood, somebody is just trying to talk me to death.
Just wait till we get back to when we get to Martha Jones and we get back to the New Earth, and we're going to talk about interspecies like relationships, and then there's that one couple, that one gay couple, and of course everyone on the interstellar highway is singing the Old Rugged Cross, because I'm gonna have a lot to argue about with that one too. So
that episode I don't like.
Dude, I mean, the other reason why this one gets a 2 is because it is so loose and inconsistent with the science. It's like, how has she blown out the windshield of this ship, this very tiny ship? There is no way it has enough oxygen with that window being gone for them not all instantly to just freeze dry in space. Not to mention, when the chips are on the table, suddenly she's able to work the seatbelt that she couldn't undo moments before when they were launching. And don't get me started about the TARDIS being in the pit. Clearly, I'll crash out.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear half of what you said because you started rhyming, and then at that point I was just trying to think if you were going to keep going.
No, it wasn't even intentional. Those are just the skills I have.
When the chips are on the table, suddenly she's able.
Right? Look, man.
Knocking at her chamber door.
If I suddenly decide to spit rhymes, just sit back and watch the fire happen.
Personally, I give it a 7 and a 6. Just
get the hell out of here.
Well, you know what's funny?
Both of you.
Well, what's funny is that I just quickly sifted through season 2 of Shooty's run. Evidently, not the lowest score I've given for a Doctor Who episode, being a 6.
No, there you go.
I've given.
I'm sorry.
1s and 5s.
This one, I mean, and look, You can do exposition and suspense well in this show, as we will find out when we get to midnight. Okay? Because that episode could have suffered from a lot of the same stuff this one did.
A lot of it is very similar in some aspects.
Right?
Yeah.
But
done well.
Much better episode.
Because it's only one episode.
That's another good point.
That's fair. I'll let it slide.
I will say, of all of the series, I feel like Rose has taken the longest to actually, what am I trying to say? To be competent as a companion.
Yeah. Like Amy started off competent with whale UK thing. I remember that.
I'm trying to think about it. It's interesting. It is interesting, the dynamic when you look at the companions, because Rose really was just like a girl from a shop, right? Mm-hmm. So she was just an everyday person. When you get to, what's her name, guys?
Martha Jones?
It's Martha Jones?
For
next companion.
Yeah, Martha Jones. Well, Donna makes an appearance for one episode, and then goes to Martha Jones.
And then you go to Martha Jones, who's also, and she was a bit more assertive. And then you almost go back a step in a way with Donna. Because I'm just saying, in the type of character that's getting drawn into this. But don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed Donna Noble's run for the most part. Some great episodes. It isn't really until the Moffat era where you start seeing like really strong female characters.
Well-written female characters.
Exactly. Because what's the number one episode that Doctor Who fans will always say is the first one that a Doctor Who fan should watch during these newer episodes?
Was it Blink?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Written by?
Moffat.
Who writes strong female characters. Enough said. Sally Sparrow
writes well more than anything.
Yeah, that too. Where is our Sally Sparrow now? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very interesting. I don't know if you guys have been noticing the trends. I don't think we can belabor or talk down this episode anymore, these episodes. But it has been very interesting, I think, and we should really kind of take a moment, if you don't mind. If you don't think something is here, it's fine. Edit it out at the end. But it's been very interesting to watch the news cycle since we all experienced the surprise end to Nchudi's run, because it has kind of always been the same thing where you kind of, the same beats keep happening. Disney Plus hasn't been announced what Disney Plus's approach is, if they're going to continue.
I don't think they're going to, honestly, from the season.
No, I don't either. The way they burn that off. But we keep seeing things in the news cycle, and now it's gotten to the point where the clickbaity headlines, and because what are we, a month, 2 months out from that? How long ago did it happen?
Wait.
We should know, because there was a date they kept repeating, which was like April 26th or something. Huh?
May 24th.
May 24th.
Yeah, the 24th of May.
June,
so it was the week after that.
3 months removed.
So now we're at the point where the clickbaity headlines I'm starting to see is Doctor Who showrunner tries to distance himself from the show, and then you read the article, not the case. But then I think I just recently saw another one where it says he's sick of being asked what's happening with Doctor Who.
Well, yeah.
So I don't think people realize what Johnny, what's the face?
I'm trying to look into the release date for War Between Land and Sea, and there isn't actually one.
No, it's still kind of,
it just says 2025.
Yeah. Just like I think the trailer kind of indicated fall, or somebody wrote and speculated about it afterwards.
I thought,
but I'm not sure.
San Diego Comic-Con or something, but I guess they didn't even know that.
Well, they did the unit experience like as a way of promoting that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where's my unit card? There it is.
Oh, get out of here.
There we go.
But what I've been meaning to say is that I don't know if all the fans of Doctor Who realize this, but had it not been for the Disney Plus deal, the Chibnall era would have caused what I'm just going to refer to as the Great Pause, which is what I think we're coming up to, where the BBC is, in a way, they're either restricted on funds or they're taking Doctor Who for granted. And when they start to see the licensing revenue completely drop off, they're like, hey, maybe we should get this going again. Because merchandise alone has to be making them decent change. You know what I mean? So, but had it not been for the Disney Plus thing, the BBC would have probably already hit a pause on Doctor Who. So in some way, if we don't get something in the next, say, like 4 or 5 years, we just kind of, believe it or not, we'll have to look back at this recent era as the thankful we got it. Anyway.
I mean, we do have that fairly long pause between series 9 and 10. That was like almost 2 years of a wait between Capaldi's second and last season. Given we at least had Christmas specials in between, so. Yeah.
And then Chibnall had to make him. Why did Chibnall have to be like, no, man, we're gonna do him New Year's Day. We're different.
Who knows? Maybe it's
didn't want to compete with the Queen's speech.
Maybe, or it's just a way to remove Doctor Who from like
religion.
I guess, yeah. And then Russell T Davies came back with Joy to the World.
It's been very interesting seeing the news cycle after all this.
We also had a 3-year wait between 13 Jodie's run and I guess the 60th stuff.
Yeah, let's not. I'm not saying there aren't like some large unexplained breaks, because there are. Like the entire time between 10 and 11, you know, because there were the 3 specials and then the 2-parter, right?
Yeah.
And then actually no. Well, those were spaced out. So you had some consistency, and then those were spaced out, and then we got 11 that March, I believe. And from there we were relatively consistent until I think they got to Matt Smith's the 7th season.
Series 7, yeah.
Yeah, because that one was the one that they kind of split it in half, and it was a little bit of a gap in between there, and that's where we started to see these delays, and that's probably where production was exceeding what BBC could pay for. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bummed, but still about it.
Well, hopefully whoever does it doesn't make an unnecessary requirement down the road.
I love
4K
how
for
two
millions of dollars.
Episodes of 2005's David's era have gotten us into like the spiral of depression for the Doctor Who. As
dude, these were painful. And what's next?
The weird amalgamation
absorbable.
Oh God, the absorbing people. Oh fudge!
And Moaning Myrtle.
I'm glad I'm not here.
Oh
Moaning
Moaning
Myrtle in like a floor tile.
What's that one?
Where they're able to transfer the girl into the floor tile, so he can still have a relationship with her at the end.
Oh, okay, the same thing. Gotcha. No. I'm talking about like what's after that. I gotta look at the episode.
Oh, after that is the 2-part finale, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be getting into good stuff soon.
You know what's really funny is like I because it was my first real-time season, series 5, season 5, whatever you want to call it. You know, I wasn't hypercritical of the episodes, but you know, there were some I liked, some I didn't, you know, naturally. But the level of criticality I gave to them, if I applied it to these I kind of am applying it to these episodes, and I am like, I thought this is such a dip in quality, and now we're coming back to this point, and I'm like, did you forget about these? Because goddamn, this is a painful run until you can tell. I guess in some ways, as long as they had some of the sets they might have been able to utilize. No, this one's not even a bottle episode. I'm just trying to think, were any of these painful episodes ways where they were trying to save money to pour more into the finales?
I can't say this one was, considering Satan CGI.
Yeah, and then the blob guy is no, small practical
suit
effect in the next one.
Yeah.
I could see Idiot's Lantern being pretty practical and not as heavy.
Because I can imagine them just filming the one lady and just putting it on repeat over and over again.
Yeah,
that's just it.
So anyway,
and that Red Lightning was pretty bad CGI.
Yeah.
So I guess Idiot's Lantern
which by the way, once again we are continuing my theory that somebody in the special effects house was getting paid by the electrostatic lightning bolt, because we once again had people getting shocked and animated lightning killing them.
Yeah.
Red Lightning and Idiot's Lantern, the Ood when they were popping people with their orbs.
Yeah.
And all of the Cybermen action. I mean, it's like, man, was there a discount run? They're like, guys, you wouldn't believe how fast we can animate lightning effect now.
It's not even that. It's just like, guys, I just bought this bundle of like pre-established lightning VFX that we can just apply over.
Here's a round one. We can use it on the orbs.
And we're going to use the same audio that they use for all lightning effects in everything down the road.
No, it's okay. Love and Monsters, the Olympics one with that girl.
I was son of a gun. I was, guys. I'm not kidding. When we were talking about bad episodes, I was just gonna. One of the things I was gonna say is, because I couldn't remember the name of it. I'm like, oh man, because all this. At some point I was gonna say all this is gonna be similar to when we get to that episode about the Olympic torch, and you're telling me we're 2 away from that one.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is it goes Idiot Lantern, the Satan arc, Love and Monsters, the Olympics episode,
which is called Fear Her.
Yes.
Fear Her. Yeah.
So we had 5 episodes of
then it
quality.
Ends with Doomsday, which is like the best exchange between Daleks and Cybermen, if I remember right. That's where that happens in.
You're correct.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I can't believe I kept watching this show. I gotta be honest, guys.
And you know what's probably funny? When they were doing these, the showrunner probably looked and said, it seems like people are not as into these episodes. Maybe it's because we need a new companion. And it wasn't Rose. She wasn't the problem. It was the stories.
Yeah.
I'm sure Billie Piper at this point was kind of donish. After 2 seasons of this.
Billie Piper's never been donish. Like,
she's still
I just mean with being the regular companion. You know what I mean? Because think about it. Like, that isn't... Although I took it with a grain of salt, and Shooty's comment recently about like the tasks of the role, it's true because of all of the running. I believe David Tennant gave Matt Smith advice of 2 things: watch out for your back and take care of your knee, because the Doctor often pivots and stomps. So each one of them, at least with David Tennant, and then Matt Smith did continue the tradition of having a bad knee from always having to do that Doctor turn and pivot and run.
And Shooty said the same thing. He said he started to feel it in his knee, so it was time to go.
See?
How the fuck did Peter Capaldi do it? That man's older than all of them.
Oh, he was the stubborn one. I think. Like, honestly speaking, there was no way he was not. He was, because he was such a true like Doctor Who fan. The people that have played him, you're like, oh, this is
a badge of honor. Like, oh yeah, that bad knee, that's for me being the Doctor. That's
as a matter of fact, I believe if we go back into the lore of it, it turns out that Moffat wanted to pivot from Tennant to Capaldi, but then went with Matt Smith. One, because of how harsh of a turn they felt it would be, and Capaldi wasn't available at the time.
Yeah.
And that's why Capaldi follows Matt Smith. Yeah, I love the way we're so just depressed, and it's so, our immediate future is so abysmal on these rewatches. This is, guys, it's going to be a nostalgia run for at least 3 episodes.
Now here's what we could do. I'm just going to throw this out there.
Do we want to
do Love and Monsters and Fear Her in 1 episode to get it over with?
Wouldn't be the worst idea for you guys, because I'm not here next week.
Let me see how much alcohol's in the pantry, Tony.
Dude,
Let me see how many gummies are left in the house. You know what I mean?
I can send you the Canadian stuff.
I was going to say that Billie Piper left for her music career, but the song I was thinking of, she made in 1998. Never mind.
That was the year I was born.
No, her music career was prior to Doctor Who.
It was before Doctor Who. Yeah, no, because I remember when she got hired, people were like, "Oh my god, why are they hiring a pop star for Doctor Who?"
Yeah, because I think they only brought Catherine Tate in to be Donna because of that bit that they did together.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't realize they actually had really good chemistry, and then they brought her back on.
Yeah, and I did not like Donna until the 60th.
Oh wow, that's fair. I can understand that because of how obnoxious and terrible of a character she was.
Oh, they started her off really badly and then made her very good.
Oh yeah,
like I said, did not like her until the end, and that end being 3 years ago now.
The library episodes are some of my favorite. Those are also going to be 10s.
And who wrote them?
Moffat.
On that note, Tony, where can we find everybody?
Yeah. If you're watching this, and I don't know why, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you can be notified when to watch or when not to watch. But be sure to check us out at itsfanbox.com or fanboxnetwork.com. You can also check out our sister shows like The Real Study and The Real Arena and all that kind of stuff. David, where can we find you?
I am Xanatos1138 on most or all socials. What am I saying? I like Tony was saying before, I'd love to do Twitch, but I just don't make the time. But I would someday that's happening.
One day he's gonna just do it, and we're gonna all be on like, what's going on?
Yeah, probably.
Johnny.
Hi everyone, y'all can find me at Marvelous Johnny. Remember that is Marvelous spelled with 2 L's because I am part of the Commonwealth. You can follow me on most socials: Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Definitely follow the Instagram if you want to see me at Fan Expo Canada. Feel free to come and find me.
You spell wealth with 2 L's too. Just kidding. You don't do that.
I was like, what?
But do you spell color with COLOUR?
Yes, we do.
Color.
You know what's annoying? At my work computer, we have it set to American English, so every single time I'm typing my shift reports, they're like, this word is wrong, this word is wrong, this word is wrong. I'm like, y'all, that is not true.
Yeah. Just remember, it's Gulf of America. No, please don't. But Will, where can we find you?
That willwilkins.com. Or, well, actually, yeah, just go there. It'll point you to everything else. Why don't I just say that? Yeah, go to thatwillwilkins.com if you want to know more. Why would you after this? Fucking dour old man just barking about how crappy everything is.
Yeah.
Next thing I'm going to be yelling at kids on my lawn.
Yeah,
Yells at Cloud.
So next week we will at least be watching Love and Monsters. If not, Love and Monsters and Fear Her. We will decide later on if we're going to do that, and you guys will know whenever the promo hits. But with that said, let's go ahead and just call it a day, please.
You're going to play Dunkadoo now, aren't you?
No.
God, I hope.
In this emergency is my